this thing talk to me.
Can you even hear me? Hello? I am so happy to see you. I need your help with something. You've got to get me out of here. If you can find anything useful in there.
I really gotta do something about my car. It's filthy, all the cup holders are full. It's got every bit of cardboard out of the house for the last couple of weeks in the back. Because I haven't gone to the damn... Look at this. On the floor. Everywhere. So, of course, I'm going to go look for Hot Wheels instead. So where you been, I hear you ask?
On Captain Marvel, #1, Near Mint Plus.
Not any cultural hotspots like New Jersey or Philadelphia. No, just been taking some time to myself. Well, me, myself, and I, the three of us, have been taking time for ourselves. But back out here working. Hey, Andre, I think I found your electric scooter to get to work on. Also, they named it after you. These Dogman toys, by the way, some of my grandkids read this book series and they really like it. I kind of dig this Petey. I like Petey. Petey's cool. Nothing much here, but that's kind of cool looking. Wait, which end is the front? That way, I assume. Other than that, all the neons that nobody bought. I did not notice that there's the gorilla on the side of it, though. I might have to get one of those now. Oh, $350? No. Nope. Cool to find. By the way, nothing in the main lines. Whole lot of nothing. A lot of buses. A lot of buses. Found a single Toyota Land Cruiser here. I'll just put it right back where I found it. But it's kind of cool looking. Not bad. And of course the Alfa Romeo. There's a bunch of them. Yeah. So, I'm not really sure what these are. I don't know. But they're $6. And poor Bakugan. It's over. You can stop buying them now. $14 is not a clearance price. Again, not a clearance price. My son is shelf flipping out there. We finally got Matt to make a video. Wow. So much going on lately in the YouTube world and the diecast and collecting and all that other good stuff. Matt, I'm so proud of you for making a video, dude. This is awesome. Oh my God. Is that what I look like? Why has no one told me? I thought you were my friends. Quattro elements. Plenty of the Nissan. I don't know. Naz, what do you think of that Senna? Tell me. Tell me in the comments. Or I'll call you later, because I have your phone number and I'm not afraid to use it. It's not nice though, but I do need a McLaren though. Definitely got to replace this chair soon. Not right now, Kat. No. I got stuff to do. All right. Oh, shit. And here we are back in the lab. That is no kidding. Very much what it's like at the start of any of my programs. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Generally, I like to start out with some toy hunting. I like to keep toy hunting footage going through as a central thing that everybody can follow. But coming up with ideas, coming up with framings and everything else is it's exhausting. It's a lot of work as one person doing a YouTube show. And I've learned a lot about video production over the last several years that I had no idea about. You know, so there's this learning curve. There is this sitting down in front of the camera thing to get over. There are so many different things that go into just getting your gumption up to try to do this. It can be a really debilitating thing. And the only thing I can kind of advise at this point is that you be yourself. Don't try to be a character. Don't try to do things you don't usually do, because things of that nature take an exhausting amount of time building material for, having all of this sort of stuff going on. It's a lot, and you can get hung up on it. The beauty of YouTube really is that you can share your thoughts with folks, and in a more genuine sense than in, say, writing on Reddit or the like. And I'm not trying to take away from writers, because I have always, my entire life, sort of fancied myself a writer of fiction. Some of my English teachers disagreed, but that's okay. I feel that the written word is a very difficult thing to get across all of it, and the truth of it is that human communication It means gestures, it means facial expressions, it means tone of voice, it means punctuation. Human communication takes a tremendous amount of cues and sub-cues and other things that go on. So that, I believe, is one of the really good benefits of this medium. Now, how easy is it to have a conversation with just a camera? To imagine that you are in the room with me, and that we're discussing this. That making that seem natural is really difficult. So, if you're looking to do YouTube, if you're looking to get into this game in any sense, just be yourself. That's the beauty of YouTube. And in fact, you will notice this now that I've mentioned it, but a lot of modern day advertising is beginning to take their cues from TikTok and YouTube in terms of edits, in terms of sort of rough edges to it, in terms of like just this. You're listening to a woman talk about fabric softener. Like I discuss, I guess people discuss fabric softeners. Do you? I don't know. But let's get back to some nerd stuff here. I did want to show a bunch of these comic books because they've come in and they're mounting. So I need to file them. I need to take care of these. A lot of these I need to change the bags and boards on them yet. So, please bear with me, and you're going to see some stickers and all that other stuff. But I've got some good books to show you and some interesting stories to tell you about them. I'm going to begin with this Captain Atom here with Swamp Thing on the cover. This is a book that I've been eyeing at a store here in town for a couple years now. I picked this book up for $1, and it was part of this massive claim sale, which is why I have this huge comic book collection in front of me right now to show you. But this book was running, $5 or more because of the presence of the Swamp Thing in it, not because it's Captain Atom, Captain Who, and you'd be right. Another Marvel Classics. This is a set of books that I am trying to put together complete. This is number 15 here. But when I was growing up, I had Classics Illustrated, which was a comic book series that came out in the 50s or 60s maybe. And they took old school literature and they turned it into a graphic novel. It was one of the first sort of translations of real book stuff to a graphic format. And Marvel has done that as well. This was back in the late 70s and early 80s. And they did this set called Classics. It's a 52-page book. Okay, I don't want to harp on this too long, but it's a 52-page book with no advertising at all. It was a very bold thing for them to do back at the time, and the series did go on quite a while. And they have lots of really cool books like The Time Machine and The Invisible Man and all that other stuff. And I've got some of those. I'll do a show on it pretty soon, or a segment, not a show. I don't have that many. This is a piece by Scotty Young and Kyle Strahm, and a couple of other people. But I couldn't hold off. The second time I saw this book, I had to pick it up. This is Twig. I am just sort of infatuated with the character, the design. I'm not a Scotty Young fan usually, because Scotty Young uses his talents to turn Marvel Comics into this kind of I live in a good hood. This kind of thing. But when I saw these come up and nobody wanted them, I picked them up because I really do want I do want to read this book. This is, of course, Scotty's style. This is the kind of thing he does with Marvel characters and the like. But anyway, both books were sold together as one, and I got them really cheap. Issue of the Dazzler. This is, yes, she's the disco queen of the late 70s in Marvel. I don't know if I'm going to start putting those books together. I just, I saw it. It was one of those dollar claims. So it's like, yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Why not? Okay. One of a 2-issue set. So I'll be looking for the second one of these now pretty soon. But this is Tarzan of the Apes. And this is a 1984, and it was done as a promotion. Gosh knows, I mean, he's long gone. But it could have been for one of the films, one of the many films that have been made about Tarzan. Or do you say Tarzan? Tarzan. Return of Tarzan. We're American, we say Tarzan. Anyway, really pretty neat cover art on these. Like I said, I'm doing the loincloth thing lately with some of my buys. But these books are sort of harken back to my childhood because I would see these books hanging around. And so this was my science fiction fix when I would go to the cabins up north that friends of my parents would own, and they'd have like a basket of comic books, in case the kid. This is way pre Airbnb, by the way. I can hear Andre calling me old right now. I picked up this one. This is a really beat, but I got a really good deal on it. This is a 100-page Tarzan. This is look at the apes around it, and I kind of was like, wow, this is like so long ago, but it sort of looks like he's doing a pole routine, and the chimps are kind of egging him on. The gorillas. I like that. This next stack here, I got a couple of givvies in here. Issues 2 and 8 of Doctor Who. These are, new books, as you can tell, because it is the 14th, 15th Doctor. I'm not sure who she is. Number-wise, I'd have to think about it for a second. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and those were just thrown in. Those Doctor Who books were thrown in, along with another book that I will show you in a second. It's coming up here. But the seller was really cool. Like, threw these books in just like as an apology almost for the condition of one of the books which I purchased. This is another one that I got in the dollar claim. This is Guns of the Dragon, and this is the issue number 1. So now I have all 4 issues of this finally. I could not believe when I saw this thing come up on the screen. Every time I ask about different stuff on Whatnot, I get this confused sort of like, what? Response. Currently over Commander Steel, which is, admittedly a niche book, but it's not like the character's not listed online. You can Google it. This was really cool to find too. This was a book that I had as a kid. I don't know where it went. Sometimes ex-girlfriends, I'm just going to say that records weren't the only things that they would take when they felt slighted. Conan the Barbarian with these three guys that have different blades, one of which comes out of the dude's foot right here. Look at that. One dude has a hand missing, and he's got an axe, and the other guy's got a sword in his hand, and then this dude's good like he got the kick. Oh no, this guy actually runs at you and impales you like a proto juggernaut almost. Another neat issue of Conan, only purchased because of the subject matter on the cover, not necessarily trying to score every Conan the Barbarian I can, but these are also the 30 centers and stuff like that are really kind of my my wheelhouse, if you will. They're the ones that were coming out when I was young and buying a lot of comic books, and so these are ones that I might have seen on the shelf or had when I was a kid, and it disappeared somehow. I'm hoping someday that I will open a box in my house somewhere and go, oh my gosh, here it is. Another issue of Conan, pretty cool. Yet another issue of Conan, pretty cool. Another issue of Conan. This one really cool. Look at that spider beast. Come on. I mean, wouldn't that sell you as a kid? I don't know. It sold me. Moving along from men in loincloths for a moment, and I know some of you are upset, but we'll get back. We have more muscle-bound men in tights coming. Catwoman, a episode with Riddler and Joker, or Riddler and Penguin. Wow. See, this is not as easy as it all seems. Issue 1 of The Demon. Yay. This is a much more recent issuance of Demon. This is not the one that Kirby was drawing. If you don't know, The Demon is a character that was created by Jack Kirby after he left Marvel. He went to DC for a while. This is one of the books that the dude threw in for me. This is the one that I paid for. And then he felt really bad about the condition. And generally, when I'm looking at stuff, I'm looking at the condition. I know, what I'm purchasing. And so I knew this was kind of beat up. He said it was kind of beat up. But Classics Illustrated's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This was one of the books, along with, War of the Worlds and some of the others, that introduced me to these works. A friend of mine in grade school, actually, he had a bunch of them in his comic book box as a kid. A guy named Robert Batchko. Robert, if you're out there watching, how are you, sir? Love that saxophone. Very talented, Robert is. Became a session saxophone player. Very, very talented guy. I believe went out to New York. And then his little brother, who used to follow us around and we used to pound on him and everything else, became a really good, an amazing drummer. In the Chicago area, a guy named Jason Batchko, and an absolute comedic genius too, it turns out. I knew he was a talented kid. But enough about my grade school friends. Speaking of grade school, here's one that I saw when I was in grade school, and I didn't appreciate it at that time, but I did. When I saw it come up on the screen, I had to buy it again. This was one that I remember seeing, and Superman just pounding cheeseburgers, which was at the time my favorite food in the world was cheeseburgers. Also has an Adam story in it, but I just love this cover. It's insane, and I love it. Getting into some Wonder Woman real quick. These are John Byrne, the guy who did, Alpha Flight and several others. John Byrne is a really talented artist, and when I saw these come up on the screen, they are newer Wonder Woman. However, I'm not really, I'm not really into the newer Wonder Woman. I like the older Wonder Woman, where they actually kind of, if you don't know the story of Wonder Woman, you should really check out. There's a docudrama, if you will, on Tubi called Wonder Women or something of that nature, where it tells the story of the guy who drew her and wrote the original stories and the original character. It's all unsurprisingly based in being a fan of bondage and domination. So when you look at Wonder Woman covers from back in the day, and she's all tied up, whether she's tied up with her or she was doing the tying up, the whole thing was very sort of based in domination and S&M. So there you go. There's your I had no idea Linda Carter was, yeah. Now we know. All right, number 1 of Omega the Unknown. I don't know. It's unknown. Omega the Unknown, number 1. It's a number 1. I had to pick it up. Number 93 of Master of Kung Fu. Like I said, I love these books, and when I can pick them up cheap, I'm going to grab them every time. Come on, Howard the Duck practicing quack fu. I couldn't turn away. Most of these books were picked up for $2, the Howard the Duck and the Master of Kung Fu. And now we get back into a little bit of a loincloth thing. Here is the reboot of Kamandi. This is the number 1 of the reboot. I picked that up almost by just accident, although I'm glad enough to have it for $1. That's cool. And then these are more the original Kamandi. Kamandi was a property that Jack Kirby drew. So these original and in really good shape. This is issue 3. These original Kamandis are all drawn by the man himself, Jack Kirby. Excuse me, a little bit of a brain fart. But these are really beautiful books. And the subject matter is just so killer. Look at the action of that club being swung backward, and then he's just gonna like just lump him with it. It's gonna be great. And then this is probably my favorite cover of all of them almost, but the giant grasshopper that he's like basically sketching a ride from. That's issue number 12. So I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to just get the first 12 at least of the Kamandi books. And as you can see, I'm well on my way. But, come on. Is this any surprise to anyone? And some of the other people in the auction were bored stiff, of course, because they're not interested in it. And that's okay. I understand. Not everything we do can be like this really cool thing. Some people like, other people don't. And you really can't be concerned with it. All you can do is be yourself and plow ahead. Wow. I've got a TED Talk coming. I'm kidding. You don't have to buy tickets to see me speak. You don't have to. All you have to do is hit the subscribe down there. It's a little button. You hit the subscribe. It doesn't charge you anything. It doesn't send you anything. All it does is allow you to tailor little notifications to see when it is that we're going to produce another episode. Usually every day to every other day, but sometimes we miss, and sometimes we're gone for more amounts of time than we intend to be. But anyway, we try to do it regularly. We try to do it right. And hopefully we're doing something which makes you feel like coming back. Anyway, I would like to thank each and every one of you for everything, because being a YouTuber has, it's given me a lot of friends. It's gotten me a lot of joy. So join us. All it takes is a phone and an upload. And then you too. Don't do it. I'm actually held captive.